Hello, and welcome to Free to Air Sucks 2021. You may be asking yourselves, Robbie, I got some reverb here. I'm going to turn off my YouTube here. So you may be asking yourself, Robbie, how could you say free to air sucks? You're like the guy who loves free to air the most. And that is true. I love this hobby. This has been a great hobby. I'm going to continue to be into free to air. See my chat. Oh, you can show chat overlay. That's new. I see. I'm not seeing people in the chat room though. Hopefully that's still working. But you may be asking yourself, Robbie, why would you say free to air sucks? Well, the thing is, I just came up with a top 10 list just to talk about some of the things that some people have said that sucks about free to air. Now, this is a hobby that I love. I get free TV. I don't pay monthly fees. Now, you don't get all of the channels, all of the premium cable and satellite channels that you would normally get. I'm quite surprised I'm not getting any of the chat to come through here, and I don't have the thing that tells me if I'm on YouTube and all them guys. I'm going to pop this up in a new tab here. There we go. Video storage shutter. This is technical difficulties. It's not showing that I'm on anything. It's showing I'm live here. Kurt's on here. So hopefully we're on YouTube and Facebook and all, Twitch and all that. To be a thing here that would tell me if it was on. So I'm going to go through my top 10 list of things that suck about free to air. Now, this is as I say, it's a hobby that I love. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kurt. So how do I go to this guy? There. And it is put, no, I wanted to go to that. My little slideshow and have picture. Facebook link, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess we're not getting the chat room tonight. I might have to open up a window for that to see the chat. That's fine. All right, am I on here? Yeah. So I'm trying to get this picture-in-picture to work for me here. There, that's what I wanted. So I wanted my top 10 list. So let's go without further doubt. Let's go to my top 10 list of free to air sucks 2021. And maybe I'll do this again next year. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe free to air won't be much better and it won't say that it sucks. But we're just going through some points and having some fun of the hobby that we love, making fun of it. So number 10. People think it is hacking or piracy. So that's like one thing that sucks about free to air is when you mention free to air, they're thinking that you're hacking Dish Network or hacking DirecTV or something like that, and you're getting the channels for free. You're doing piracy. You're doing a hacking technique. Now, what I do and what I promote is generally true free to air. And what happens to people like me and people in some of the true free to air community, like at Rick's Wild Feeds, like on my Facebook group, like at Satellite Guys, true free to air, a lot of people associate the term free to air as piracy. And what I do is like there's a huge amount of channels that are free on C-band and KU band, and I get into all the technical stuff. So this has been a problem I had this week, apparently. So with all of the Orby TV orphans, they were buying, I recently promoted an Amico box. So they went to Michael and they bought an Amico satellite receiver, but they had the assumption that they could buy this Amico receiver and get the premium pay channels for free. And then they sent it back without doing their research. So that was something that was unfortunate that happened. Michael has to. There's a cost for Michael to reprocess these satellite receivers. So that's one thing that sucks for us this week, that people bought Amoco satellite receivers and were thinking that they were free, that they would be able to get other premium services, the other premium companies, and they were not able to do that. So that's one thing that sucks about free to air. So yeah, so please, if you're gonna buy something, do your research. I've done tons of videos. I know it's a lot of videos and it's hard to know where to start for this type of stuff, but please do your research. Yeah, I did a video recently where all the channels that are available are on KU band, so I can get like with a dish like this one here in the video above my head here, not the motorized or the robot one, but the Shaw Direct dish. Now in Canada, you can take a Shaw Direct satellite dish, point it at Galaxy 19 or 103 West, and get NBC and Cozy. You're not going to get a huge amount of channels, but you will get a few channels with those smaller dishes. And that's what I was trying to promote. But people have misunderstood, or they didn't listen enough, and it was basically a very quick shut up and take my money, and then they returned it once they found out they couldn't hack the pay TV subscription services. So that was, a little bit because of the association with free to air, that free to air is hacking and piracy, and it's not. And that's why I've used the term free satellite TV. We've had to use the term true free to air and things like that. So I just wanted to give a spiel on that, because that's been a problem that we've had this week with all that. So I'm going to go through. I don't see the chat room at all here in Restream. We're having issues with Restream today. Yeah, it has like chat overlay, but that's not going to work. Okay, so I think I went through that with the technical difficulties. I don't know if I threw anything off, but that's my one thing. Top thing that sucks about free to air is people associate it with hacking and piracy. Next slide. And okay, so number 9. Kurt's chat. You're coming up in the private chat, but not. That's the one I have to click on to see what I'm doing after all the time. You need 9. I gotta move this mouse. Lots of 9. Lots of channels are on different satellites. So what happens with that is. So as I say, for like, this is like someone who can get all the satellites. So with Cozy TV, you can get NBC and Cozy, and you'll need to get like multiple dishes, because there's like some satellites will only have 2 channels, but then those are the channels you want. So you end up having a house that looks like this one. I don't know. There's other ones. My house is actually, the funny thing is. And then you need a lot of dishes, and that leaves me like some in a situation like this, where you're like arguing with your wife. It's like, just no more dishes. You should have no more dishes in your on your property. We have enough satellite dishes. And you're like, oh, I just need one more. Just please, one more dish. I need one more dish for so that I can watch NBC and Cozy, and I want to watch the PBS channels, and I want to get all the news feeds on 87 West. No more dishes. Get a motor or get something else. But honey, we're saving like thousands of dollars a year by not paying for cable. Okay, honey, you're right. You're so smart. I love you. You're so smart. I love your free to air satellite hobby. How's the mic? My daughter's here and she wanted me to do a skit with that thing. So, am I still on? My audio still on? Okay. So there, yeah. So as I said, not lots of channels and different satellites. So yeah, you'll need to get, depending on what you want to do. Some people that they do this, they have several satellite dishes pointed at different ones. I'm here in Canada. I find with C-band, my actuator, it gets so cold here, the actuator might not move in the freezing cold. No, that's not. Here. Okay. Number 8 on my top 10 list of why free to air sucks. Hopefully my audio didn't go away when I turned the camera off. No EPG guide. So here I'm using Pluto, which is a free streaming service. DW has EPG guide, Kurt says. Yeah, that's I didn't realize that. Is that 10 whatever west? 103. My daughter's anxious to be on YouTube. Okay. Oh yeah, I should probably make me small here. And how do I go to this cutout screen thingy here? There we go. All right. So yeah, getting distracted here. So no EPG guide. So where you have like pay subscription satellite service like Dish Network or Bell TV or Shaw Direct and places like that, they will have an EPG guide. Cable will have an EPG guide. Now, if you go free to air, it's like TV back before I can remember back in the 90s, we had a cable box, which is an analog cable box. We got about 60 channels on that thing. And we had to either go to the grocery store and buy a TV guide. It wasn't internet. We didn't have internet those days. They didn't have TV, Titan TV guides and guides like that that you can go online and look at stuff. So we had to get a TV guide. Yeah, FTAlistings.com. That's a good website. I'm just trying to block my daughter out because YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, no EPG guide on free to air. Now, broadcast over the air television is slightly different, I guess. Like I'm broadcast on my over the air, except in Canada. But yeah, there's no EPG guide in Canada over the air either. Maybe there is in some areas, but yeah, it seems like Canadian broadcast over the air TV doesn't have EPG guide, and they don't have sub channels for the most part. They might be a handful of EPG guides and sub channels, but for the most part, there is not. Okay. So yeah, no EPG guide on free to air satellite, not on C-band, not on KU band. It's all pretty much, you got to know where the channel is, kind of like in the olden days, that you want to watch, which for me, you get used to it. It's kind of like the old days. What I do is I just, know what shows are on at certain times. I know wrestling's on 55 West on Mondays. I haven't been watching. I'll mention that I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. But that's an option. I mean, anyway, yeah. So you just need to know that. Now there is, in free to air, what I tend to do for a solution for this is go to, the TV channel's website. They'll have a TV guide there. So do a Google search, find the channel that you like, and find out what their schedule is like there. That's generally what I do a free to air. So yeah, that's number 8. No EPG guide. So let's go to 7. Number 7 on my top 10 list of Why free to air sucks 2021. A lot of the channels are on C-band. If you can't read that font, I'm using the Commodore Amiga font from like yeah, anyway. So yeah, a lot of the channels are on C-band. What that means is a lot of people hear free to air, they can just use a tiny dish and get the channels that are on this large, the channels that are the Me TV and all that with a small dish. You would think you can get it, but it works differently. And the reason why it works differently is the broadcast industry typically stays with C-band for particular certain reasons. One of the reasons all the broadcast TV channels still have these large dishes on the roofs of their buildings, and they use C-band satellite tends to be a little bit better. What the broadcast industry likes for C-band over KU band, which is the smaller dish, is it doesn't have rain and weather fade. Although I find when I get windy days, and there's always going to be free play in a consumer level satellite dish, if you have an actuator, a pull mount satellite dish, and you can get a little bit of free play. So a gust of wind comes by and you lose signal on C-band because the wind's hitting your dish. One of those really windy days. That's a picture of Black Beauty. That's probably from the first satellite nerd video where I just talked about my big black satellite dish, and I changed the actuator on it. That's when I started my relationship with Tech 2000. I contacted them. I bought an actuator from them because I was using a very old actuator and it seized on me. And I'll get more into actuators after I'm done this top 10 list. All right, number 6. Oh, let me just turn off my video here so you can see the full slide. On the full screen there. There we go. Oh, there's an option for that. So 6, you need some tech savviness to do it for the most part. Hopefully I didn't block my audio out doing that. So yeah, you need some tech savviness. I recommend having some tech savviness. Like this gentleman here on the ladder. He's got some balance. It's a metal roof too, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just a TV antenna, but I like that picture. It's crazy. I think I saw that on Red Green or some group like that. So yeah, you need some. You do probably need some tech savviness for this hobby. I have a lot of people. They say you're talking way over my head, and for my videos, it's hard to know where to start on people's tech savviness. Some people look down on me. You're a fool. You don't know as much as I know. There's all these. You don't know as much as I know type people out there. Know-it-all people. But yeah, you do have to have some tech savviness. So bear that in mind. I don't know if I put this down here. There's not really a whole lot of services that will set you up with this stuff. It tends to be more services will set you up with the pay TV subscription type services. And those services you can I don't know. Oh yeah. Well, for example, you get subscription service, you get installed, you use their service for a year, you cancel them. They've installed coaxial RG6 cable in your house, apartment. You can either use that cable for an antenna or a free to air satellite dish because it's the same type of cable, but you have to get a larger dish, which is one of my slides. You give that away right now, but next slide. Can't read that, can you? It is not for everybody. No HBO, no Discovery Channel, no TLC. You get what you pay for. So park here for a second. That font is awful over the white there. I know that. Okay. So yeah, with number 5, that a lot of people kind of quite angry at me actually. Because when they hear free to air, and goes back to number 10, they can get stuff for free without paying for it, and then they find out it's not like the mainstream channels. It's a different type of content. A lot of people say, well, this sucks, it's just crap channels or whatever. So yeah, it's not for everyone. If you want these channels, you can get them. You can pay for them. Streaming services. A lot of these channels, they have like a streaming equivalent. I found some YouTube channels that are history-based channels that are just, if not better than History Channel. It's better than History Channel. Less commercials too. Even people will say, well, YouTube has ads. They have less ads than cable. Cable has like just, I don't know, you watch an hour show, it's 20 minutes of it, maybe more than 20 minutes of it is ads. I know someone's going to have a comment for that. The comments aren't showing up right now. Number 4, it's too much work to spend a day figuring it out. I would rather pay $100 a month or $1,200 a year, or sometimes it's more, twice that. It's like $2,400 a year, whatever, you know, for a pay TV. So yeah, it is work. I mean, it's not necessarily, especially if you're doing it yourself. I think it's a lot of people use the term it's a hobby. I kind of couldn't think of it as like, I don't know if you shortwave radio, amateur radio people out there, that's kind of a hobby. So free to air, I would say it's a hobby. I mean, I was out working on my dish today. I was playing around with it because there's one news channel that I like, and I have a 4-foot dish for KU band to try to pick it up, and it's flaking in my area. I can get other channels 10 dB, but the one channel, the one on Galaxy 1699 West, that's better than CNN, better than Fox, that channel, it's flaking out on me. So I had to go to Bear's Place on Twitch to watch that. So we're still on the slides. So yeah, some work to it. But if you rather pay $1,200 a year for a pay TV service, you get an EPG guide. You get customer service, I guess. They charge you for it. So that's better than free to air, right? You get the challenge you want. You get customer service. You get an EPG guide. You know, you don't get rain fade. So that's where pay TV is just way better than free to air. I even saw Rogers once have a commercial like for that for foreign people from foreign parts of the world. We'll put it that way. Okay, I'll turn off my. Most likely, it's let's drop me over here. Oh. Most likely, it's a do-it-yourself job. You know, how do I make that big? There we go. Yeah, most likely, I guess I just covered that. It's a do-it-yourself job. You're going to have to buy a dish. Probably find one like on eBay because there's not stores you go to. You don't go to Best Buy and say, can I get a free-to-air satellite system? And they'll look at you like a deer in the headlights, right? They won't know what's going on. So there we go. Bring myself up there. Can I move my little likeness? Whatever. How do I? Yeah, just fade that out. Yeah. So most likely it's a do-it-yourself job. You'll have to set up the dish yourself if you can figure that out. Hey, we got North Coaster. The chat's appeared here on my restream. Cool. So we got North Coaster. That 99 transponder hasn't come in weeks. I was picking it up today, but it was pixelating really bad, that news channel. Plus, you're using those Shaw Direct dishes. You're making too many videos. I can't keep up with all your work. So yeah, let me just finish my top 10 list and I'll go into the chat room, guys. So yeah, there's this here, free to air. Where can you find a dish? You'll have to go eBay. is a place I recommend. I believe I do have links in the description of the YouTube video on this channel where you can look at that. And you have to get a receiver and make sure you know what you're getting into. Don't buy an Amico receiver and then plug it in and think, I can't get all 100 of the cable channels with this thing. I want my money back. You should have done some research. And I think that's that's the Orby TV orphans that have that's happened to. I'm sorry to hear that. Like they kind of the Orby TV orphans did get kind of screwed over in the deal. They can use an Orby TV dish though. In America, you can use an Orby TV dish. You can't use I guess Dish uses a wider dish now, but I keep getting, that's one of the most common questions I get asked with Dish Network. And I don't know, because I'm in Canada, and I do know that the dishes that were like the Bell dishes, the older dishes, they don't work they're too small for a lot of the free-to-air channels. There you go. Whoop. There you go. So number 2 is there's too many Christian and religious channels. That's one of the most things that I hear about, is that there is too many religious channels on free to air. And that, I hate when people say this. This is one thing I hate when people say, is that it's all religious channels or foreign channels. Like people that don't like religious or foreign people. I don't know. But on Galaxy 19, I definitely can say that now on Galaxy 19, there's a lot more Christian channels and religious channels, because a lot of the shopping channels, yes, there's a few news channels, but yeah, free to air does tend to have a lot of channels. You're not even really interested in that stuff, right? I just want to say this, and I'll probably lose some viewers, but that's fine, whatever. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. I'll say that right now. So I don't mind having faith-based channels. I'm glad that there's a channel like Positive TV that does show movies with a Christian message in it. And that's on Galaxy 19. Positive TV. Yeah. Someone says that Positive TV has some good movies. Yeah. Chris, the Commodore 64 man. Yeah. But yeah, on Galaxy 19, I definitely see that there's been a lot of channels that have gone away. There used to be EBRU. Retro TV used to be on Galaxy 19. And other channels. Yeah, I just find there's a lot of like this big intolerance to Christian sentiment on all that with free to air. But yeah, definitely there's PBS, there's NBC, and there's Cozy. There's international channels like NHK and stuff like that. And that's KU band. Now, if you are lucky, like I am, and you have a C-band dish, you can get a whole whack of those channels like MeTV, Decades, and all the DigiNet channels, but they're all on C-band. They're not on KU band. So, yeah. So there's there's quite the characters on the religious characters. I get a kick out of it. I would have a background in shortwave radio listening and things like that. And how do I go back on here? And I mean, Pastor Gene Scott is a big time favorite. You know, you got Jimmy Swaggart crying there. Pastor Pete Peters is on shortwave, and he's on the audio version of Galaxy 19. And Kenneth Copeland is just a wild man. And there's Brother Stare and all these all these characters that are on free to air. I don't know if I can show you a few. Got to go to that picture of live. Now, there's Pastor Gene Scott. Get on the telephone. There we go. Leave it on Pastor Scott. So yeah, there's quite some characters. I love talking about the characters that are on. We got Brother Stare is kind of insane. I remember Harold camping, and we have billboards. The world will end. I forget the date, whatever it was. The world will end on this date. The Bible guarantees it, and stuff like that, and some wild stuff that was happening there. See it. David says Light TV gets lots of great shows there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like Dan Pete, there's less. Like I know Pastor Gene Scott, he's on the audio version of that, and yeah, there used to be this guy Buffalo Bob, and he was the guy that had like they carried in the mock Ark of the Covenant, and there was some real characters out there. I mean, I know there's all sorts of different interpretations. North Coaster says they need to put those diginets on KU band. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, there we go. There's something. Yeah, Pastor Gene Scott died years ago. Yeah, but he's still on. I mean, he's still going strong. David says Pastor Gene. Yeah, I mentioned him, and I guess I get a lot of. So anyway, we'll continue on with the top 10 list here. It's going to go full screen. There we go. How do I turn this off? Turn this guy on. Okay, go with that. For sub-channels. CP Wolf says ATSC3 is ruining everything for sub-channels. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go back to the slideshow here. Mm-hmm. So let's just go there. Okay, so full screen this guy. Sorry about that, doing some production. All right, so the number one reason why free to air sucks, and I guess the naysayers, the people who jump into this hobby would say, well, this sucks, right? It would be number one is you're gonna need a bigger dish. That's like the number one reason. And the reason I say that is a lot of people will have a. I had this to start out too. I had a circular KU band dish that was a small dish, and it wasn't enough dish to pick up the free to air channels on Galaxy 19 and over 10 years ago, there was a lot more free to air channels. I mean, now there's just I mean, I think there's some that has come back, but it used to be I could set up a satellite dish and get 83 West would have retro TV, a channel that showed He-Man, PBJ, and shows like that. And they had Tough TV on 83 West KU band. 72 West had MSNBC, or not CNBC, but MS, one of those news channels. Yeah, so that's my top 10 list. That's I spent hours doing that and like going away from that and coming back. Hey guys, you can come join the live stream. Post that in there. So there's a link in there. If you want to come in, chat with me, talk. I don't know if Kurt has anything to say. He's in here. I'm going to turn your mic up, Kurt, if you have anything to add. If you don't, I'll just turn it down. Kurt, are you on there? Something went wrong. We'll try to reload the page.
Oh, okay, I unmuted myself.
You unmuted yourself. Okay, cool.
No, so, nice seeing you again, Robbie.
Good to talk to you, Kurt. Can you guys hear Kurt on the stream? I don't have his. He doesn't have a picture up. You can call in, and you don't have to turn your camera on. If you want to, I can have you on as my guest. I got a lot of people on tonight. I'm showing 75 viewers. That's big, man. I didn't think I'd get that many. I usually get, what, 40? Got another comment here. Well, okay. So you get out of here. Get out of here. Asus is gone. Grandma is on. You're gonna turn your feedback in there. I'm just gonna turn you down. There's Grandma Hates Tech. Check out her channel. We did a video collaboration. I don't know. We did a video together this week, helping her with her remote. She's new to the YouTube scene. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, subscribe to Grandma Hates Tech. She has a video there where she uses her Roomba or her robot vacuum, finds all sorts of uses for it. And it's actually quite hilarious. I really enjoy that channel. I watch it with my kids. My daughter watched Grandma Hates Tech, and she's like, first off, she was watching and was like, why is she wearing a wig? And somebody had a good comment there. David says, Weather Channel 2 on 72 West. You got a good memory. You got a good memory, David. Also got PBS Net from SC around 60-something West. Yeah. Dude. Sean had a show called Green Sheet, sold used satellite stuff before he got killed falling off his roof. Ooh. Is that the famous guy that has like the VHS tutorials on YouTube? Restream says, congratulations. You've received 100 messages today on your Restream chat. Yeah. North Coaster says, I always help my mom and mother-in-law with their TV cable boxes. I used to help them a lot. My parents tried free to air for a while, but they did not like it. They would tell me they want the Canadian channels. Who would? And that's like, never thought I'd heard would think of anyone. I want Canadian channels. People say that. Canadian TV's gotten better than what it used to be, I guess. Granny says her channel is children friendly. Yeah, and that's good because I've created a YouTube Gmail account for my kids. So what I like about YouTube is if you like a video, the algorithm knows what you like, so it can suggest other things to my kids. So Grandma Hates Tech, I made sure my kids are subscribed. Like basically, it's like the YouTube on our smart TV. We have one of those Roku smart TVs. And YouTube is what I watch a lot of. I mean, I'll scan through the TV channels that are on free to air and on over the air, but I tend to watch YouTube a lot. Pedro says, tried buying a Sat Hero at Amazon, but they're out of stock. Yes. Yeah, I was almost gonna buy the Sat Hero, the expensiver one, like the one with the Spectrum Analyzer. There's like a bigger one that's like about that big, and you hold it. Now today, I got Sat Hero right here, eh? This is a good Sat Hero. This is actually better. This is probably the best. This best get. This one here, because it tells you the signal reading. It has a scratch on the screen, which kind of sucks. But this is what I use. It charges up better. Like when I first got it, the battery wasn't working hardly at all, but it's working pretty well now. And but an upcoming video, so stay tuned. I will be reviewing this. I'm just unboxing it and looking at it right now. So this is a Hello box. It has like, it's the funniest little headphone jack type thing, and this is for it says USB, but what this does is I connected it to my network, and this is kind of like a network tuner. It's kind of like an HD home run for your satellite dish. You power it this way, and what I've seen other tutorials do, but it's all in Chinese, is the tutorials on YouTube. So they sent me one to do a review on it on YouTube, which I'm working on right now. So it connects via Bluetooth, but the Bluetooth is just to tell you the signal quality. So it tells you the signal quality. You can be on site and use this thing. It reads pretty good. I haven't actually set up a satellite dish yet. I guess I should probably do that because I think this is one of the good selling features of this. It will stream to your Android device. I've had a hard time trying to get this to work in Linux. Apparently, you can scan in your channels and use VLC to tune all your channels, but the version of VLC in Linux was not working for me. But maybe I'll figure that out. I'm not sure. So this is the Hello Box Smart S2. I don't have one in the description at this time, but I will place one later, and I'll be doing a review video on this product. So that's kind of an alternative to Sat Hero, where you watch it on your phone. Now, another way I can do it is the Edison satellite receiver at the box here behind me. That I use to tune my dishes as well, because the post I have on my fence that has a Shaw Direct dish that's aimed at Galaxy 19. It cures, and sometimes I lose signal, and I need to go out and adjust it. Also, I used this recently for my Galaxy 19 dish that I have to listen to my radio channels, to listen to LRN and channels like that. Speaking of LRN, I guess the owner and founder of LRN.FM, Ian Freeman, he had one of those 6 o'clock knocks on the door, and I guess he's arrested now. I don't know if he's out now. He's a one personality on shortwave radio. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Trevor. How's it going? I'll open up the line there in just a minute here. And just, but yeah, so I went on a thing about the Sat Hero and how I used other devices to tune the dish. I did do a review on those junkier things, but somebody else is on here. Nope, just them. All right, Trevor, I got your mic up. And if you want, Trevor is usually right on the comments. He could probably get some of these comments quicker than I can get them.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Trevor, how's it going?
Oh, it's going.
Yeah. So James asked, what does an Orby TV pick up? How is it compared to a C-band dish? So I got a video on a KU band. So that's what it is. It's a KU band dish. So it won't pick up a lot of the same stuff that you'll get with so you won't get as many channels with it. That's basically what it is. It's smaller, so you don't have to have as large of a dish, but you won't get as many channels. There's Trevor. He's on the air tonight.
Hello.
He's got his camera on tonight. He's cleaned up.
No, I'm just off. All the mess is off frame.
Oh, okay. okay, that's how I do this. I click on that. How do I get this to work? Switching. No, that's not doing it. I don't know if that does it. There we are looking at my web browser. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this restream stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if I turn off, Kurt's off, turn off my screen, go to this, bring you up, and bring me up, split view, clicking on it, but it's not doing what I want it to do. There we go.
There we go.
So, I unhighlighted myself. That's what I did. I unhighlighted myself. Trying to learn on the job here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got here.
Hello, Grandma Hates Tech. Someone said hi to me directly.
Chris says, I miss the Puerto Rico channels on 123 West. I love them back in the days. I wish they would bring them back. Yeah, lots of channels have gone away. A lot of stuff has gone to streaming because streaming is just cheaper. I mean, with a lot of like the religious channels or whatever, it's $5,000 a month. It's the lower end of what they're paying to have a channel on free to air. So, I mean, churches could... I guess a lot of churches and ministries, they can pay for that because they have like donations and like a business. It would cost you $5,000 a month, I guess, to have like for a warehouse, or more than that for a warehouse per month. So to have a channel on satellite, I guess a big business can have it. An individual would be harder, but
yeah.
Chris says network channels. So I know that Puerto Rico. Yeah, Puerto Rico had a bunch of channels. South America has a lot of channels too. Like there's like sometimes it's in the clear. You get like the Spanish version of TLC, and then you just hit the button on the audio selection, and you get the English version. And it's like, but I mean, I used to want cable for TLC, but then when it became all say yes to the dress and the cake box 24/7, I was like, okay, enough of this.
Mm-hmm.
Looking down at the comments here. Maybe Kurt's got something. Kurt says it's in a private message here. His wife is streaming now that he has Hulu. We're like 3. We need to get like 8 of us or whatever to be enough for the Brady Bunch. I don't think we can restream allow.
Mm-hmm.
8. So have you been using your dish that you had there, Trevor, or is it in the land of Newfoundland?
No, it's not set up. We had ice for the past couple weeks, or the past few days, and today we had another snowstorm. So there's no way to go out and set it up.
Do you still have that crazy amount of snow where you open the door and it's still snow outside, or does some of that go away?
Oh, that's all gone right now. But I mean, we got another bit of a snowstorm. Yeah, sucks too because I wanted to set up my dish on the tripod and see what I can, get. But
my tripod is I don't know. Sorry, I'm not. My tripod, I have a motor on one of my tripods, and it's on my deck. And what happens in the springtime is there's all water in the ground, moisture. There's a lot of clay and limestone here in Kingston. So if you ever drive a vehicle in Kingston, you'll notice the roads are very bumpy, and you look parking lot, and it's just. So my dish was out of alignment. I was trying to get it adjusted because it's a motorized, the one with the motor. And I realized I just got to get that thing planted in the ground. 3 feet, down below the frost line is where you got to do.
Okay.
And that's another thing on, I guess we're going to do a whole rant on free to air stream tonight. This is our chance to about what talks about freedom. Kirk's
So,
run
Rob,
there. Go ahead, Kirk.
I once helped pull a C-band dish. I think it was like a 7.5 or 8 foot dish out, and it was like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years ago. And I was like, okay, let's grab the pole, and I expected a thing of concrete at the bottom. There was nothing, and the pole and it was straight up and everything, and I just couldn't believe it. But the last pole I put in, I think I put in one bag of concrete. I should have put 2 in, and I drilled the pole so it wouldn't twist, to stop the twisting motion. And that one's been working fine ever since.
I think I used a lot more concrete. I used like 5 bags or something. It's quite a bit, and I was still mixing it with sand because I went 3 feet in, but I had a pretty big hole too. So I don't know. I never put holes in the ground. I don't do that type stuff. So
no, this was at another place. All the stuff that I have in my backyard, like let's see, the 5-footer is sitting on a chair, and the 6-footer is what the heck? Oh, that's just sitting on the ground, and the back is sitting on some blocks, and it's tied down with bale. But that's that's the one I've got pointed at 107, so I can get the CTV mucks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got someone in chat room, David, saying he had a weekly show called Broadside News. You sold used satellite. Great time back in the 80s and 90s before your time. Yeah, before my time. I didn't even know about his videos. It looked like it was shot on VHS. If you find this guy, whoever David we're talking about, is he's on YouTube, and I found him on BitChute too. I'm on BitChute as well. This stream, I finally got it to work. The reason why I signed up for BitChute is it backs up your YouTube videos to there, but it wasn't doing it. And I was like, well, this is not working the way I was hoping it to do. But now it is. Apparently, it is backing up my videos to BitChute, so that's kind of cool. And I'm also on Rumble. Rumble is just an alternative because what if an asteroid falls on YouTube servers or on Facebook servers? Or something like that, or I don't know, something happens to Facebook and YouTube, and you guys can't find me. I'm on Rumble. I'm on BitChute. I do have my name RobbieStrike.com and FreeSatelliteTV.net registered. So if something happens to the servers, I eventually will be up. So like save that in your bookmarks, I guess. If people still use websites. I know a lot of people like with the web now, they look at like big tech, Google, Facebook, and YouTube. I would say those 3. People say Twitter, but Twitter, I only signed up to Twitter because I have this channel and I wanted to use it to reach out to people. And I got 80 followers on Twitter. It's not a huge amount.
Yeah.
Dan Pete says Ring of Honor Wrestling is on CW right now. Probably a CW channel or station that's owned by the Sinclair, probably. Because Sinclair Broadcasting owns Ring of Honor. Kind of like how I usually like to look at the term like Ted Turner owned WCW back in the days. And Ted Turner liked wrestling. He knew from a business standpoint, having wrestling on his network drew ratings. David writes Robbie with a Y, but I'm assuming he's talking to me. I'm Robbie with an IE. Is a Canadian over-the-air TV switching to ATSC 1.0 to ATSC 3.30? But yeah, I know what you're saying, 3.0. I don't know. We don't know. Like the Canadian, probably people in the Canadian government don't even know what ATSC 3.0 is. So over at the CRTC, they might not even know what ATSC 3.0 is.
We only had here where I am, we only had ATSC 1.0 in 2013. So that's when it was. They completely switched off the analog and switched over to ATSC 1.0. And that was like in 2012, 2013. So I don't say we're going to be getting ATSC 3 anytime soon.
No,
So-
I don't see it in Canada. Unfortunately, like we don't even have EPG in Canada on most channels.
But
We
Robbie
don't
has
even
a
have
3.0
sub-channels.
box.
What's that? Oh yeah, Kurt, you're in
You
that
have
area, because I can pick up Syracuse, New York from Kingston, and I've noticed what they've done with ATSC 3 channels, or no, sorry, ATSC 1 channels, is they've combined a lot of channels. So that means the video quality has gone down on those channels because they're fitting more channels on the what used to be one channel, right? And they're not using H.264. They're using a codec called MPEG-2, which is MPEG-2 is from the 90s. Like it's over 20 years old, video codec. And right now we're going into ATSC3, which is using HEVC, which is H.265, which is a higher compression codec to get technical. It doesn't matter if you don't need to know it. It's like driving a car. I'm not a car person. I don't know, all the mechanics of a car, but I know you turn the key and it works. So you don't need to know all this information if you want to watch TV. You don't have to
So where did you buy your box from? Where'd you buy your box from? Your home run box?
So I bought it actually from a computer store here in town. They actually were selling. They have TV stuff, and it was actually the best price I could find for an HD. Because in Canada, it was beneficial for me to have an HD home run. You know what? Speaking of the HD home run, let's throw that thing up there and we'll talk about it. I love doing a scan, and we'll scan my over-the-air TV channels. There we go, and I'll highlight that. There's my HD home run. Can I put myself into the shot? There, put us and then there we are. We're all in the shot there. So this is my HD home run. This is running on Linux, and so I'll just scan through my channels. And so this channel, it's not ATSC3, this is ATSC1. But what this device does, it will compress everything from MPEG-2 to H.265. So that I'm able to view the channel. So I'm not going to put it on channels because of the copyright reasons, but you can see that all the channels here. So here's the one Canadian channel that I can get, which is CKWS. Oh, I'm probably really lagging in the comments here, guys. I'll just go to the new messages. Sorry if I missed anything. Just if you
those boxes are like almost $300 on eBay.
Really? I ain't buying
in the US.
I'm not buying one right now. An HD home run has never really been, or like I've done videos and tried to promote it, and they remove it off their Facebook page. And here's my review, and it's gone. They rather help.
But so there's
Lion Tech.
There's no indicator. There's no indicator for the Syracuse, New York State channels that say they're ATS 3.0.
I don't know if I can tell that. Maybe I can tell you that here. So here's what's happened with ATSC 1 that I can tell you is, now this is something that's been the same. This channel recently changed from Get TV to Dabe TV. And here we go. Here, see, this is coming all the way from Kingston. This is a channel.
There, that's the Syracuse channel.
That's the Syracuse channel. And it's just going to maybe make this smaller here. So that is, so you can see, so there's CW6. It's, I don't know if that scans into your area as, I guess it's 3.2.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no sub channel to that. It might just come in as 3.2. But then I got Laugh, Bounce, Antenna, and WSRQ out of Syracuse. So the quality is not very good. So what I'm hoping to see is, will ATSC3, will I be able to pick up those channels better from a further distance on these clear days? Here, I'm going to scan up a bit here. So here's WCNY, which is...
yep, that's Syracuse PBS.
Syracuse PBS, yeah. It has global instead of world. I think they show global programming, though. Like, not global TV, but like in Canada, but global. I think calling your channel global when you're not global is the stupidest idea you can do. We have this channel in Canada called Global TV. They always put them on channel 3 to try to get people to actually watch it. And here, I don't know if you can get this as far as Syracuse. This is the channel I really like. Is channel 24, which is out of Watertown, which is WVCNBC. And it has a whole whack, like 7 sub-channels. 2 of them are shopping channels. But there's just a whack. Like Antenna TV, I've been watching Mork and Midney on Saturday, Sunday mornings. Or Robin Williams.
Well, Antenna TV is now free on KU band.
Really? That's news to me.
Yeah, it's 91 West. Let me double check the. It's 91 West.
Now that's great news, guys.
I don't know how long it will be up there. I mean, it just came. They were just writing about it this past week or so.
Oh, okay, I hope it stays because it was on KU band a few times before, and it's a good channel. It's like, it's like there's Me TV and there's Antenna TV, which are pretty much my go-to over-the-air TV channels because it has all the retro TV shows. So on this one, we have Grit, Bounce, and all that. But that's good news. So 91 West. Now I can get Antenna TV very reliably with my over-the-air antenna. So it doesn't really matter to me. The picture quality is pretty... I'm going to pop it up here. I'm just going to close this down. Okay, there's GD.
You say it also shows you the bit rate somewhere in home
right
run?
there.
Oh, yeah,
now, I'm not sure. The bit rate's quite low. Like that's 2.0. Now dropped down to 1.5. So I'm not sure if this is my HD home run extend. So this will encode those channels. I just got to turn off Genie here. There we go. But I love Antenna TV. I love all that, the retro stuff. Bounce. Court TV, lots of crime channels on over-the-air, on satellite, if you like crime channels. I'm not a fan of crime channels myself, but if you like that stuff, cool. It's there. It's free. But a lot of these channels, like these DigiNets, you'll need one of those large C-band satellite dishes to pick them up.
Someone mentioned in the chat that Buffalo also went to ATSC 3.0.
A lot of the Sinclair broadcast owned channels have. Now, if you could tell me the frequency they're broadcasting on, like the actual physical channel. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Are they broadcasting on a different physical channel? Or are they broadcasting on a separate one? Because this HD home run will tell me signal strength. So if I put it on a channel, like for example, I don't think there's any analog channels right now, but you'll see the signal strength quality. See, I'm even getting, this one's actually been coming in, whenever the weather gets warmer here in Kingston, I get those channels over the lake a lot better. So here's like Ion, Court TV, Grit, Mystery, QVC, and HSN, even though QVC and HSN are on the channel with Antenna TV, the NBC channel of Watertown.
Not that I watched it much, but still think losing Cubo it's a loss. They had different types of kid programming and stuff.
Cubo, yeah. Didn't they have Inspector Gadget at one time? I love that show. Or is that on Light TV?
No, I think they had Inspector Gadget. Not that I watched it, but
yeah, I didn't watch it either. I watched that when I was a kid.
A couple others.
So I don't see any of the. It's not a clear enough night for me to pick up the VHF low channels. Sometimes I can see like the signal strength will be like white, but will be like 100% for an analog channel.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, there's some analog. Well, see, for example, my whole setup, I had the an RF modulator plugged into my antenna setup, and it would transmit from the TV upstairs, downstairs, and use the same line, and wouldn't affect anything. For my I had a digital one and I had an analog one, and with the analog one, I could see it on this thing here. Are you guys feeding back on there? Should you do a little technical back down? I can wear headphones if it's causing feedback.
I don't hear any feedback.
Okay.
I just mute my mic when I'm not talking because noises.
Yeah, that's good. I do that for Zoom meetings all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to answer some of these. I'm not looking at the chat room at all. I'm sorry, guys. I've been pretty occupied. Oh, yeah. That's stuff I'd like to know as well, Chris. And I hope Antenna TV, I hope a bunch of channels come to 91 West.
It was just reported in the chat that Antenna TV.
Okay, it was probably a temporary one. But with ATSC 3, we're going to see a lot of that with KU ban. And KU ban is a temporary whenever they're doing like a transition, you will see that on KU ban. You'll see some of the DigiNets be there for a short period of time. It was like that for Retro TV. It was there for a while. I did a video on it, and Retro TV was on, like, the whole MUX was on KU ban for a while, like all the channels that are on C band. And I guess they've removed recently too.
Yeah, they moved. I mean, they're on the same set, but they moved MUXes, yeah.
Yeah, that's disappointing to hear, because I want to hear that, though. Even though I can get Antenna TV on my antenna, I'd love for it to be on KU band, because I think that and Me TV and a few other of those killer app channels, if they were permanently on KU band, that would be great.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely there'll be more of a switch over.
It will certainly be good here, like a KU band and stuff, because, like I said, like, as you know, we only have 2 channels here, so I mean, it gets quite boring after a while, and you know.
Oh yeah, where you're at, yeah.
Only thing is, I'm worried about with us here is that at my new apartment is that I might not be able to hit any satellites, because based on the app, the satellites are actually on the opposite side of my house, on the opposite side of someone else's house. So I may not be able to use it, unfortunately. I'll give it a go when it gets warmer out, see what happens.
Yeah. Now, mind you, with satellites, if you have a building in front of you, if you're far enough back, you can still get signal off the satellite. This happens in many big city areas where satellite trucks are doing, like, Madison Square Garden and whatnot, and they're doing a live satellite feed, and there's all sorts of buildings all around, but they get the satellite truck in that one sweet spot where they can uplink.
Yeah. Let's try, see, because I don't have access to the backyard, but I do have a nice big path on the side that I'm planning on turning into like a little, hangout place, for like barbecue and stuff like that. And there's enough room there to set up a satellite. So I might do that without the landlord complaining about it. As long as I don't attach it to the house. I'll just use a tripod.
Tripod, yeah. I mean, like, for landlords, a lot of the reason why landlords say they'll say no satellite dishes is because they think you're going to drill and put a mount onto their building and drill holes through their wall and stuff like that. Now, if there's already an existing cable, you could tap into that. But So anyway, guys, so you have anything you could say what do you think that sucks about free to air? Like a hobby that you might love, but what sucks about it?
Well, I had some wins, 3 or 4 days ago, and I don't have my dishes in all that great. And one actually blew off the little wooden stand I had it on, which I had a bunch of blocks on.
Yeah, it is a hobby where because I don't install my dishes the right way, I am tinkering with them a lot. I'm usually out there. I was out there today with my Sad Hero, but I like playing satellite. I was trying to figure out why that one channel on 99 West wasn't coming in properly, even though I have a 4-foot dish aimed at one satellite and it's not coming in. Oh yeah, here in Canada, we clear snow off dishes in the wintertime. Now where I'm at, it's we're starting to get see a lot of people. we're going into spring. A lot of people say, well, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful time of year. And then there's me. I have allergies. And I like, this is like the worst time of the year. I like the cold weather where my allergies, I can breathe the air and it's lovely and it's wonderful. And then I go into the winter, this time of the, it's like the April, March, April type months when all the roads are dusty from all the salt and sand that they put on the roads. And we got snow mold too. What happens with snow? If you look at where the snow melted, you'll see like this mold on the grass, and it's pretty nasty. And it makes me like really it makes me drowsy, is what it does. Map guy says, in my area, everything is very close to other transmitters, and the main ABC low VHF 6. I wonder if you can, like, if you're close enough to an antenna, can you actually pick up something with like no aerial plugged in? At least the old TVs. I remember having those old analog TVs and that you wouldn't even connect the aerial and you would still see like a faded black and white image of the local TV channel.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about it is being outside when it's cold and trying to align a satellite dish when you don't have a mover. That's the thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
And you don't have the money to get a mover. So,
Yeah, I'm going to go to Facebook. I want to go to my public Facebook would be the good one to go to. Bring it over here. Always goes to the free-to-air satellite page. But yeah, better plug that. Yeah, so go to freesatellitetv.com and you can order a dish there. There's a shop there. There's lots of information. Order yourself an Amico. The only thing is I just want to emphasize, if you do get an Amico, do your research. Make sure that you do know that you're not going to get the premium channels without doing any research. I guess I got a picture of the guy that bought one of these and thought that he would get all of the channels for free without paying for them. There he is right there.
Really?
And there's his friend.
I love that show.
Yeah. So those guys were the guys buying Amicos and then returning them when they found out they couldn't get the free channels.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was interesting, that episode. I've watched that a couple times, that episode.
Cyrus. I love Cyrus. He was the greatest adversary to the Trailer Park Boys.
The episode where Ricky says, you don't own satellites. NASA does. That was pretty funny.
NASA.
Something like that anyway.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, box guys. Conversing with me here, but I'm just going to go away from that. I'm trying to show you what happened to my actuator today. That I posted that in the group, so I'll just have to go into Facebook here. And there, I'll bring that up.
I believe that was one of the season 4, wasn't it? Where they're doing that satellite thing, if I remember correctly.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't been watching as much. So you got some things here. So yeah, come to this group here is a picture of me holding the Star Choice that actually says on the dish. The Star Choice dish, and let me bring myself up here. There we go. Aim your dish. Anyway, so yeah, this is the free-to-air TV for North America satellite TV plus over-the-air plus streaming. So in this hobby, it's probably a good place to go to. You can ask questions, and it's kind of like the forum sites, except it's on Facebook. Oh, somebody shared that on there. I saw that on Leonardo shared that there. So here's my dish. I almost wanted to go through what was going on with my dish today. So this is my 4-foot dish, and I have it fixed at Galaxy 16 99 West. I'm using a universal LMB dual output, so I'm using 2 dissect switches. And the actuator seized up on me. You can see some white stuff that's like kind of oozed outside of the motor there. So I had some guys helping me with that, what to do. Now, I guess the solution I can do with this is just loosen these bolts here and move the dish to different satellites. Maybe try to get it in. If the actuator is done, it's a little bit beyond me to fix the electronics of this thing. Now there's another shot of the actuator. I had it apart. I was trying to look at it, see if I can get it fixed. And could be the wire connections here because I can move it and I can hear like a click. And we've got Michael joining us. I'll let him join in just a second here. And just, so yeah. So here's my scientific mind is what I did. You see the GT snow racer there? That I threw it in front of the dish and it worked for a while. Maybe it was casting some reflection out of the way. I don't know what. On the transponder I was trying to pick up, and it did work for a while, and then it went away. Maybe just coincidental sunspot activity on that transponder. There's my sensor, my motor, and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's the dish there.
I love that extra cabling.
Yeah. I had a pretty nosy neighbor ask me what I did with that thing. I told her I monitored telephone calls with the government on it. She never spoke to me again, which worked out pretty good in the long run. Nope, I'm clicking on the wrong box there. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we got Michael joining us. I'm going to bring your audio up. There you go.
Hello, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's just getting into this free-to-air satellite hobby. Good to be on with you.
Yeah. So are you an Orby TV orphan, or you just found it online?
Well, me and my father, we're just kind of getting into this as a hobby. We're since Tech 2000's kind of sold out of the C-band satellite dishes we were going to get, I guess because of the supply chain or something weird. I don't know. We were just going to use the 48-inch dish and see what C-band we can pick up on that. If not, we can just tune it to 99 West and we can get some KU band channels and some feeds and stuff off of that. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now, picking up some feeds, seeing what kind of channels we can get off of it and things like that.
Right. Well, that's good. If you can get even with a smaller dish. Now with my 4-footer, I was able to get a bunch of the channels on 101 West. What size of dish were you saying you're going to use?
We were going to use an 8-footer C-band dish.
Oh, an 8-footer. Okay. An 8-footer will work decently.
That's what I kind of thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, ultimately, because the government and municipalities are just letting these telecommunication companies put all this 5G energy that sprays off lampposts and stuff like that, we are going to possibly need a larger 8-foot or larger dish. I'm just going to turn off this thing here. There we go. We're getting closer to the Brady Bunch. So yeah, you might need like an 8-footer or larger, but I'm using an 8-footer and I'm pretty happy with it. There's a few channels I can't get with it, but fortunately I live in an area that I got good internet. I got cable internet. It's pretty fast, pretty reliable. I don't need like 4K video. I just need 720p.
I just
good for me. Like my eyes, I can't and I find that's a 4K is like been a consumer gimmick, right? It's just trying to buy more stuff. For those people that want to buy the latest and greatest things to try to brag to other people that they have the best stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I got a 4K TV upstairs. I don't even care that it's 4K. I just wanted it 4K. We
have a UHD TV in the room in there that we're gonna probably use to hook up. I think I remember sending you an email about possibly getting a receiver that can decode those power VU channels and things like that. And yeah, recommend a receiver. So we got that receiver. I think it was like a FOSA receiver or something like that we picked up on Amazon. We got that. I think it was $80, $70 or $80, something like that on Amazon. So yeah. I'm sure it's probably coming in the next couple of days.
Yeah, well, be careful talking about that sort of stuff like that. You can get one of those threatening letters in the mail,
right?
For a lawsuit. So I don't encourage that type of stuff here. You know, I don't want people getting, you know, not. It's kind of like if I've known people that have downloaded torrents, and they got this threatening letter from Bell, you know, and you know, to pay up, settle with thousands of dollars because they downloaded Game of Thrones or whatever. You've seen this show, but
they can get into a lot of. You can get into a lot of trouble. I do definitely understand.
Yeah. So I say, yeah. And what I promote is free to air. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff that's free and pretty good stuff. Yeah, but you need to get a C-band dish.
And I know some of the channels that I typically like to watch is in, you know, PowerView or something like that. And I'm sure we'll see if we can get it or not. I mean, it's really have to see what we can do.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I wanted to put it out there, is I don't know. I'm not going to get into stuff like that. But so on eBay, I'm going to go look at eBay here. They sell C-band dishes, but they're not pull mount. They're kind of, I haven't worked one of these dishes, but
I think I was going to get one of those, like those one that have like a circle base at the bottom or something.
Yeah, the
like
circle
that.
base things.
Yeah.
I think they're stationary. You set them up and it's just one. Let's go to eBay here.
They looked okay. I had no idea, honestly. I mean, no idea.
All right, I'll cut to my screen here. Are we in the shot? Okay, there we go. So here we got eBay here. And yeah, so when you go to eBay, you'll see like $49 is a pretty good price, actually.
It really is.
If it's just one saddle. Is that 4 foot? Well, that's a 4-footer. Or best offer. Must be for sale. Hey, grab that, guys. If you're looking for, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you want to be the guy that is, you know, has all the satellite dishes out front of his house, and you want to have this for your fixed dish for whatever, yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, they have these other dishes here with, but I should be reading the comments here, and I will in just a second here. Yeah, but they come apart in pie type places, pie shapes, but they're not pull mount. They're like that. There you go. Yeah, click on that. So they're kind of like
so many that are on Craigslist or on Facebook Marketplace that people are trying to get rid of. Worth looking.
Yeah, that's probably where, you know, a better place because we're trying to get rid of them over at Craigslist. These things, they're not motorized, right? They're just I think they're just stationary. They don't say anything about having an actuator on them. There's a motor. This must be new in stock. For a while, I wasn't seeing any motors on. Oh, GBP. What is that? German? It's European. That's why. See, free to air is more popular in Europe, so they'll have like a. There's an actuator for $300 on eBay. There's the one I talked about this last week. So no one has bought, since I've streamed last, the $125,000 portable C-band satellite dish that's an inflatable C-band dish. Patrick, you didn't buy this. I thought you buy it.
$125,000. Is it worth that much?
I don't think it's worth that much. I think it's pretty cool, but is that person that should be? Yeah, I'll block them. Just looking at the chat room, people posting inappropriate things.
I missed it. Good.
Yeah, I think it's just someone trolling. It's like I think it was. I won't get into it. People just troll, and sometimes people, you wonder if they even believe what they're saying, or they're just saying that they believe the opposite, but they're trying to troll people.
Yeah.
John Yoder says, to all satellite hobbyists, keep your dish positioners face to the ground. There is less chance of water getting into it that way. And Patrick says, okay, I missed out some of the comments here. I'm getting tired, so it's getting to my bedtime soon. It's part of me streaming at night. I do
I joined late, did I? As per usual.
Yeah, I get things. I'm kind of glad you did, because I was trying to do like my whole. I kind of plan out my whole beginning, because I try to make things relevant to the thumbnail. And for this stream, it was Free to Air Sucks 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Look away from your screens there. I'm just trying to. Whatever. That's fine. It's in the shot. Oh, wait. Somebody says here they have a 4-foot and a 6-foot fixed C-band dishes. They work great with titanium LMB. I mean, if they're a solid dish, they're probably going to be pretty good once you get them locked in. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Both my 5-foot and 6-foot mesh use titanium LMBs.
Yeah. That's what I use. I use a titanium C2, and that will put out the that's how I'm able to have 2 satellite receivers in different areas of my house. One that's just, for viewing on the 4K TV, which is a 1080. Most of everything's 1080p. Oh, there's like an oldie. So this is a C-band servo motor, and what this does is it turns the polarity in your satellite dish. So you have to, I don't know how that would work. There's the feed cover. So some of the older satellite dishes, you have some of the older. So when you do get an older dish, so this is $19. Sometimes the older LMBs had like a whole wired up system just to turn the polarity on the LMB.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. So what you want to do, that's where titanium or, one of those type of LMBs, because, any modern LMB pretty much will just have like a voltage switch that will just do all that automatically. But back in the old days, they didn't have that. Now, there's some people that'll say that this is better quality. You can fine tune the polarity and get it, get things locked in a lot better. And here's a Norsat C-band LMB. That's like one of the higher end ones. Some actuators. There's a used C-band in pieces for $1,000, a 10-foot wine guard. I think it's a little bit pricey, but it is. The wine guards are a pretty good make.
Certainly not as pricey as satellite setups used to be back in the 80s and 90s. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it was like $2,000.
I help a guy that runs a small independent station near me. He's got a 12-foot solid dish, and I got to tune that. I got it tuned to 120 west, on C-band, so he can get antenna TV, because that's where one of my antenna TVs come from. Oh
yes, yeah, over on I guess they're part of WGN, right?
Well, this is a small independent station near me. You're probably thinking the one you're getting out of Syracuse.
Yeah, no. On C-band, they have a feed on the WGN MUX, and they have.
Oh, okay, yeah. Of course, he's a rebroadcaster, and he's got their tuner that they sent him and everything, and it's to everybody else it's scrambled, but of course to him it isn't. And then he rebroadcasts it up.
Yeah, he has the
over the air
proprietary commercial receiver. So you can get, if you know the right people, you can get these commercial receivers, and they have the card in them and all that. Basically, they're like kind of like, well, I have back here the what's that thing? The 6,000 thing that I have. By the way, if you do
DCR 6000, isn't it?
Yeah, DMS 6000. So be aware of these setups because look at this receiver. It's a full combo, but its receiver is using a SCART output and S video output. So it tells you this a dream set. Like I wish they would upgrade their inventory here. This is Electronica. Because a lot of these receivers are, I mean, if you just want to watch Galaxy 19 and TBN and maybe this Smile of a Child, this will work, but I'd get a better satellite receiver. Well, you can, on eBay, you can get a lot better one than this.
Yeah, I'll be right back, all right?
Yep. No, well, I'll mute your mic there. Flick your camera when you're back. And so I'm just going to DM 6000. Oh, no, I'm not saying it right. D Motorola. I think it's a Motorola satellite receiver.
Oh, that's the one that, yeah. Is that the one you get with the 0 keys?
Yeah, something to that extent. Yeah. I have it back there. I was thinking I could search it on eBay. They were plentiful on eBay a while ago, and now it just seems that they're not. Debbie Dixon asks, is there any news on any new channels to come to KU ban? Unfortunately, no. Apparently, there was some new channels over on 91 West, had Antenna TV for a while. This is something we're going to see with this transition period that we're going into, where we'll see some with ATSC3. They'll be able to carry a whole whack of channels. And Patrick, you're back on, Patrick, from the country within a country, the land of Quebec.
Exactly. Hi.
So, how's it going with you? Find anything new on satellite? You got a bunch of satellite dishes outside, right?
No, just one, but aim at just a big one. Like,
yeah, that's all you need. If you got a good actuator.
Come again?
That's all you need if you got a good actuator.
And I do have a good actuator, actually. Yes. By the way, about your own actuator, it's supposed to have some kind of hole at the bottom of it, so it drain waters.
Patrick, you need to come to Kingston and help me out with that.
Yeah, probably.
What I think has happened, I don't have the picture up anymore. Maybe I can go back to it here. I had it so low to the ground, and it's like what I learned this summer when I had a campfire. And when you keep the campfire wood on the ground, the moisture closer to the ground, that moisture gets into things. And I think that was my mistake. See, my C-band dish, it's probably about, like I guess up to here on me, if I were to stand up to where the actuator is, somewhere around there. And it's gravel behind it. This is a garden. I planted a satellite dish in the middle of my wife's garden. It looks weedy because we've been busy having all sorts of kids over the last few years, and we don't have time to weed it. We're busy using all our energy to chase our kids around. And so I fill all my satellite dishes in front of this weedy garden all the time.
That's probably a matter of your fire camp and all those stuff, because my dish is also quite low and I don't have that kind of problem.
Yeah, it could just be the actuator. But when I did open it up, there was a lot of spider, like I guess spiders are getting into it. So if spiders can get into it and make nests and stuff like that, there obviously moisture can get into it.
The first, I'm airing myself with a feedback, but the first actuator I use.
Find me some headphones. I have headphones. I left them all upstairs. You think before I would live stream, I would think to bring some headphones downstairs with me.
Did he cut off? I've had pretty good luck with the actuators that I've found over the years. They all seem to work for some reason.
Yeah, Patrick may have cut out because his internet, we were talking about it a few weeks ago, it was ADSL or something. It was slow. He has like a wired connection, but it's slow. I'm excited though to see 60 viewers tonight. We're up to even higher before. Where are we up to? We're an hour into this. I'm not going to go much longer though. I think, and I won't stream next Saturday. I know that for sure because I'm working really early in the morning. So
how's your job going, Robbie?
Oh, it's it was picking up, and then I worked once this week, so it will pick up though. People are going to the vaccine clinics, and that means I'll be busier. So yeah.
I thought you drove truck or something like that, or some kind of big vehicle of some sort.
I used to drive truck. Yeah.
Oh, your bus driver.
Yeah. But I used to drive truck. I used to be a Coke driver. I used to deliver Coke to stores, mom and pop shops, and stuff like that. That's what you do when you deliver Coke, right? You go into mom and pop shops, and I was in much better shape than I am now. That's for sure. I'm not big into going to the gym and working out, but I had like a job where you lifted heavy stuff, and that was it's like you got paid to work out. There's Jerry. Is Jerry able to chime in? I don't know if we could have enough people on here to let him chime in. I will. Check out the restream link if you want to call in. Although I'm not going to be on very much longer. So before you go, help me out here. Trevor's back. Oh yeah, I'll turn you out there, Trevor.
Hello.
Before you go, help me out. It would be good. It would be a good power supply for an amateur radio, telecommunications. I don't know. That's from Mike Hamilton. I don't understand that question. I know if amateur radio, they say it's cheap and then it's expensive. Kind of like free to air. But free to air is like, I'm like Fred Flintstone, always getting the new bowling ball, always getting the new satellite receiver.
Someone wants to know if their old Star Choice dish will work with their new receiver.
Yeah, we had one guy on the forum that was using like a really old Star Choice dish. But what I found is I did have one. I was trying to get it to work, but I think the LMB was just so old. There was stuff inside of it. It leaked or whatever. It got corroded and it wasn't working. So I ended up abandoning it and just using all of the other Shaw Direct, the newer type, you know?
Yeah, you talking about the really old Star Choice equipment, like the very big ones?
the round. They used to only have that. Yeah, I just gotta send a message here.
Michael wants to be at it.
Sure.
How big were the old Star Choice dishes, I wonder?
They were were they 90 centimeter dishes?
Oh wow, that would probably work a lot better than even the 75 centimeter dishes that I had. The 75 centimeter dish that you find here.
Maybe wrong on that. I'm not sure, but I think North Coaster has found a whole whack of them, and he's
Well, that's that Michael that was talking about stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stuff we don't talk about for legality reasons.
Yeah, he said it's a 30-inch oval, and he's got a new LNB from whatever.
Yeah, you can get a
Alibaba. Yeah.
You can get a third party receiver. I'm trying to turn Michael. Your audio is low. If you can get closer to your microphone by a bit.
Okay, all right. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. All right.
Yeah. So Shaw, yeah, I have not worked. I'm using those oval dishes, which are very similar to the American Orby TV dishes.
Yep.
And yeah,
So
I
are
mean,
the Orby dishes KU band or C band?
they are KU band. So,
Okay.
Michael, here's how it works. So with KU band, it's generally the smaller dishes. There's two main classes of KU band in North America. There is circular, which what Dish Network uses is circular. So the satellites transmit at a higher power, so that's why you don't need as large of a dish. But only the direct to home pay TV people have approval from the FCC to broadcast with that much power. So with free to air, it's a little bit lower power, which means you need a little bit larger dish to get the free satellite TV channels. And do your research before buying one, because you're not going to get all the pay TV channels and stuff like that. Yeah, but you're getting
some dish I was looking at on links that are just for direct TV. So I mean, it just has dish, or direct.
Yeah, so you want to find the stuff that, I guess, like I'll cut to my little Linksat column here. I always like to refer to Linksat with their nice blue, or not blue, whatever this color is here, this brown, beige.
that website always looks so old. It has. I went back to the Wayback Machine, and it's been basically the same.
It's looked like that in the 90s. Yeah. You can see if you go to
like TVROSat a little better than Linksat in my opinion, but
what's satellite? TVROSat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got TVROSat here loaded up as well. You go to this TVROSat and you go to the charts. The charts will load up, and it tells you the new section when you click on the charts, like what I did there.
Right.
So you'll see anything new that's changed on satellite that they have reported. So if we're getting up to date the latest channels, you go there, and it will tell, like here, it'll tell you if it's free to air. They'll say FTA, and then they'll tell you if it's DigiCipher encrypted or whatever, or Power View and all that stuff.
Yeah, the large. Yeah, I also have the large 75 centimeter. That's what they have here. The 75 centimeter dishes.
Yeah. This used to be my go-to. One of my go-to satellites was 97 West C-band. C-band had, I guess there's more channels on here. They had Laugh. And when Laugh first started, they showed a lot more movies. So I was watching, I like comedy. So, and AMG was a lot better. For a while, I wasn't getting AMG, and I thought they went away. But an AMG, if you don't even have a C-band dish, you can go to their website, and they do stream their channel online. I don't know if anyone can get the walk. I used to be able to get it, but it seems to have been iffy. Maybe.
Yeah. I know one I was trying to point to with, I don't know if I can do it with the dish I'm talking about, like the, the 4-footer was Galaxy 15. I forget what angle or degree it is, but Galaxy 15.
Galaxy 15. I'll type that into the Google machine. So if you're into the free to air hobby, Google is your friend.
Yes, it is.
People ask me, and I'm getting so busy with the channel and other things. People will ask me, what was it? Galaxy
15.
15.
Oh, 133 West. Yeah.
I don't think there's much in the clear there, is there? There's the Catholic channels, if you want that. EWTN. That's pretty much it. So you see how it's highlighted? Like, for example, I'll use EWTN for an example.
Right.
That will be in the clear. The other stuff will be encrypted. So it's kind of like the nature of the hobby, the in the clear channels will be kind of spread out throughout the satellite, and this is kind of what sucks about satellite. on this episode of Free to Air Sucks.
Exactly.
But good channel, good satellite with C-band channels is Galaxy 16 C-band.
Okay.
And it's a good one for if you're doing a smaller dish. You'll probably I've found that some of the channels are strong. The transponders are stronger.
Okay.
You can get the family entertainment channels, the family broadcasting channel. Is that what they're called now? FBC. Used to be La C. Maybe they've rebranded. I don't know. Stuff happens. I still see all of the World Harvest Radio stuff, Angel 1 and 2 and all that.
Yeah.
On there. There's World
Another
Harvest.
question I had. I like to watch Fox News Channel, and I would like to see feeds from that. I'm just trying
90
to figure out.
Here's how it works. So like the live feeds for Fox News, I haven't seen them as much as you do for the live feeds for CNN. Not picking a side here or anything. I'm just saying. So here on 99 West on KU band, apparently that is where you do find the Fox News feeds. There's a ton of feeds on 99 West on Galaxy 16. And when you try to lock the KU band channels, try to lock the Russia Media Mux. Most of these channels are encrypted, but there is the JBS channel that you can lock on. It's just for like finding that satellite, especially if you're using like an Orby TV dish, and you might be trying to pick up the news channel, this news channel right here on 12025. Yeah, if you want to pick up that channel, I recommend start trying to lock this 11800 transponder.
Okay.
And you'll have better luck. So yeah, sorry, I was talking about C-band and I went off on I go all over the place. But they have like this TV, the NBC, and all that, and these channels here, and these are kind of like another DigiNet. Oh, did I turn you off, Trevor? There you go.
No, my internet dropped.
Oh, okay, yep. No. And Patrick dropped too. Oh, hey Patrick, sorry, you dropped out and I didn't turn on your mic. There you go. Sometimes you got to turn your camera on and moon me or wave at me or something, and then you'll get my attention in this restream thing.
What did I miss? Because I was out for like 5 minutes.
I don't know. There'll be a replay. So if you're catching the live stream, you're watching, and you missed the early part of the stream, you're watching Free to Air Sucks 2021 live chat. Well, we're live right now, but they will be a replay. YouTube takes maybe 12 to 24 hours to put the replay back up. It all depends on how YouTube's working. But you can go to my Facebook page where I posted a link to this, and you'll probably be able to find the link to the replay. It may not have all the chat comments and all that all rendered and all ready to go, but if you want to get back to that and check that out.
How do I start with TV for my RV? Someone asked.
An antenna?
That would be an antenna, yeah. You can get an antenna specifically designed for RVs that go on your roof. That aren't really portraying anything. So I know a lot of RVs are higher. So,
yeah, my grandfather had back in the 80s. This is the analog days. He had a very tiny trailer, but he had it was a pretty big Yagi antenna, and it was a crank antenna on the roof. So you would crank it up, and it would raise the antenna up a little bit, and then once it was erected, it had like a knob that you can turn the antenna from the roof of the trailer. So you had the TV, and you can just stand there and have the TV and move the antenna, and that antenna worked better than the antenna that was up on the roof of my cottage, because we used to keep it at the cottage. And that was really cool. It was like just having a manual crank antenna, and you could just twist it ever so slightly, and I was able to get channels from all over back in the analog days.
I wonder if there's like a solution for RVs for people for free to air to use those what are they called? They're You can get them for Dish Network and DirecTV. Wine guards or whatever they're called. Is there something similar like that for free?
The trail, the tailgaters and stuff like that. I've done a video and I don't recommend them because they're so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty expensive.
By the time you buy that, you can use a phone app, a satellite, like that the Hero Sat or the G8 one.
You can buy a good. These are about $150. You can buy a good Sat Hero meter, and like set up satellite dishes on the side to have a side business. One of these, you're in business and make it pay for itself. Set up people with free to air. Buy one of these. Because probably people are spread out all over the place, and if you want to put like an ad on Facebook Marketplace to re-aim an Orby TV dish, buy one of these things for $120. But these are the good ones. These will probably lock an Orby TV dish to if you got someone who wants to watch the news channel Galaxy 19, wants to watch 97 West or get NBC and Cozy or something, just PBS. With their Orby TV dish, you can do this and do multiple dishes or whatever, This is probably, if you bought one of these and set up like 10 people, it would pay for itself. But not even with 10 people. One person, it should pay for itself. You got to drive your bones out there to...
Looks like everybody's internet's dropping. Michael's internet dropped. He wants to be added back.
I'm surprised I didn't drop tonight.
Maybe it is you that's causing issues. It's just that we're not,
Michael, you're back. Your internet dropped.
All right. Okay.
And I need a drink of water. You can play a video. I should play the grandma video or something. I could go have a break and watch. I wanted to promote that. I don't know how well that would play here. It's worth a shot.
Set up Bell dishes. Bell dishes will not work for free to air. I do know that much.
Yeah.
Of course they will work for Bell. And they also work for Dish. Bell dishes, because actually Bell uses Dish's equipment. The only thing you need to get would be a Dish because the receivers are locked to Dish and Bell. So if you have a Bell dish.
Yeah, they're proprietary satellite receivers, so they're not free satellite TV receivers. I would probably use the term free satellite TV because free to air has that association with piracy.
Yep.
And that's not what I'm promoting here. I mean, Google's your friend. You could probably find stuff out, but I just don't want to promote illegal stuff.
I'm not promoting illegal stuff. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just trying to make it because it's like I gotta explain that over and over and over again. Not to you, just in the chat room there.
And like I said, you can't use DirecTV dishes for free to air either. So
I can't say you can't. It's
I guess you have to remove the LNB, I believe.
Maybe. I think some of those LNBs on the slim lines and on the super dishes, they do use either a universal or something. Really? But you have to either set your dissect switch settings to the right setting to be able to use it. So I don't have one. So I always get this frustration trying to explain that to people. I say just buy a 36-inch dish, which will probably work better for free to air, and they're like $100 on eBay shipped sometimes. So even cheaper. Like if you buy used, you can get cheaper than that. And my hope is there will be more KU band channels, but we don't know if that will happen or not. I mean, look at it as a hobby, eh? It's a fun hobby to get into.
And then kind of the point I was really getting with KU band was that a lot of the channel that's on KU band, I could pick up with an antenna, if you get what I'm saying, like Cozy TV, Antenna TV, Me TV. Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you and your dad are going to get a C-band dish, I mean, that's where you want to be. C-band, even a smaller C-band dish, you'll get a whack of channels that will satisfy your needs. Like I look at the C-band dish that I have as an extension of my antenna because I can get
pretty much
all of those DigiNet channels, which I like those DigiNet channels. I like the old stuff that like.
Another one I was trying to get on was Ion. I don't know what Ion satellite it was on. I forget what it is. Let me just look it up.
103 West C-band.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Ion is on. Well, they moved. They're on 131 West.
Let me see if it's on 103 West. I can probably pull it up on here.
Yeah, they just recently moved to 131 West, but someone was telling me that it could be due to sunspot issues, and they always Ion tends to put themselves on another satellite this time of year because they get solar interference.
Oh no, they're actually on. They're still on that satellite.
They're still there. They have it. They have it on both, and just recently because they switched how they have. Why
do they call them DigiNet?
Sub channels. I don't know. People just tend to either they say DigiNet sub channels. There's another term they use for them. There's too many terms. There's not like a standard term for them. Multicasting and all sorts of different terms.
Requires a lot of research doing stuff like this. That's for sure.
It does.
Yeah, it's not like a plug and play hobby, I guess.
No, it's not at all.
That's what sucks about free to air. You just don't go to Best Buy and buy.
You don't go to Best Buy and pick up a Clearstream antenna and expect to get anything. No, you don't do that.
Yeah. It's like, well, even with an over-the-air antenna, I mean, yeah. And a lot of people, they buy those the flat antennas. You put it in your window.
Those things suck.
Yeah. And
they suck depending on where you are.
Depends on where you are. That's exactly.
Yeah, if you're in a more hilly area, not a more rural area, they're not going to work. But if you're in more of a suburbanized area, then it probably will work.
It also depends how high your house is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fortunately, when I bought my house, I thought of all these things. I was like, well, it's a higher area. Now, on my Garmin GPS, here's my thinking, right? My satellite nerd thinking for over-the-air antenna stuff is it has a water sea level altitude, like your sea level altitude. So it tells you how many meters you are above altitude. So this is like great information when I'm driving around and I see, oh wow, we're like 120 meters above sea level here. This is a good place for an antenna. Oh, right. This is 70 meters above sea level. This is not a good place because it's down in the valley. Where I'm at, it's like everything's like about between 80 to 90 above sea level.
Interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you got one of those, even a Google GPS, a Google phone will be able to do that. Hey, I really appreciate everyone tuning in today. I think I'm going to wrap this up. It is 10:30. So after doing this, I'm going to have to settle down here. Patrick's back on. I really appreciate
Someone's echoing back.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Yeah, Patrick's on. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I won't do it next week, but maybe after that, we'll see how things pan out.
Right then.
I could do it a weeknight, but I usually, as I say,
I don't know if anyone needs it before we leave, but I found an app on Apple that's called Satellite Finder, and it helps you kind of find satellites using your phone and how to pitch it up and things like that.
Yeah, Satellite Finder is a good app. It's a free app too. I have it on Android as well, and in my how to set up a KU-band, a motorized KU-band dish video, pretty much that's my A to Z covering how to set up a satellite video is my motorized, where I go in the whole motorized thing, where I go where to position your dish, where to aim it. That's the video I really recommend. I worked really hard this summer on that one and basically put everything in there that I think would help for if you were to set up a motorized dish. But even if you're not even setting up a motorized dish, there's lots of good information. Just a starter dish, just for getting yourself going.
Yeah.
And Doug Miller says free to air doesn't suck, and I think that's what my next topic will be. My next one, my next video will be won't be free to air.
I'm gonna go ahead and head off for tonight. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all later.
Yeah, have a good night, Michael. Thank you for joining us. Hey, thank you everyone for joining. I am going to get a drink of water. My throat is dry. I finished my water here. Oh, Kurt. There we go. Good night, Kurt. Dropping off there.
Oh, Yep, I was locking up a little bit with my Ubuntu 2004
Ubuntu.
box.
Maybe if I could point out something here fast before you leave, the Restream Studio on Android with an Android phone, that's what sucks. It's
Yeah, Restream. I mean, what I like about Restream is so I could take calls, right? Like I looked into like I was gonna pay extra money to get an extra phone line just to do live streams or something, and I was like, nah, that ain't happening. This works better anyway because like people don't want to call long distance and all this type stuff. So it works for the calls. I understand. Yeah, it sucks on Android. I got it on Chrome browser here in Linux Mint, which is based on Ubuntu. How I do all my videos is with Linux. It's all Linux Mint, Kden Live.
One thing I would suggest anybody to use if they don't want to use Restream, VoIP.ms is extremely cheap. I actually have a VoIP.ms line here, and it's like 89 cents a month for it's like a quarter of a cent a minute for internal and outgoing calls, and it's prepaid.
VoIP net?
The VoIP.ms.
VoIP.ms. I'm getting too tired from too tired for too much information.
It's extremely cheap, and also they have an unlimited incoming number. It's only $4.25 a month.
VoIP. And, what's it again?
VoIP.ms. I use that as my own phone services. It's like bring your own phone, bring your own soft phone.
Okay. And I did promote my cryptocurrency. I don't even know if it's going to work for me now, but I have a cryptocurrency link in the description here of the YouTube video.
Nice.
And it's NetCoins, I believe it is. It's in I'd have to look at my video here. Anyway, it's because I'm in Canada and I found it a pain to find a service where I can buy cryptocurrency. So I finally bought $50 worth of Bitcoin this week. And
nice hash.
What's that?
Nice hash is what we use for cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah. I'll have to talk to you about that more next time. Yeah, so there's a link in there. I guess it has a referral program. So if you refer a friend, you can make $50 in crypto, which is pretty good. I mean, I got my wife signed up for there, and she got $10. I got $50. So there's a link in there if you're looking at signing up for something to get some cryptocurrency. It has the three major ones. It has Bitcoin. It has what's the other one? Ethereum and all that. Yeah, I'm not an expert on cryptocurrency. It's just something I'd like to be able to get into. It's always like with any kind of investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. There is a risk of loss or whatever, but
we're actually mining our own cryptocurrency.
Oh, you're mining, yeah. I wish I knew how to do that 10 years
ago.
Very
simple.
I wish I knew some people who are knowledgeable on that 10 years ago, especially when Bitcoin was a couple dollars a coin. And now it's $80,000 per coin.
Don't you have to have your own power plant nowadays to make any money?
No. I tell you right now, I've been using NiceHash for about a week. And I have a very basic, my old custom built computer running the mining. And when I'm not using my gaming computer as mining, I mine. I make $3 or $4.28 a day for literally doing nothing. Canadian. Just letting my computer run. That's literally.
How much does it cost to run your computer and power hydro bills? I wonder.
Our hydro bills here are very cheap. And
you're in Newfoundland. Yeah.
And also. It doesn't use much more. It doesn't use any more power like you were with gaming. So the way what me and my fiance was looking at it was sure, we game on it, and if we do crypto mining when we're not using it, our bill's going to be about the same anyway.
So you already had the good graphics card and all that to do it.
No, I got a very low budget GTX 1660 Ti.
All right, I gotta go to bed, guys. I'd love to talk about this more often. We should just connect sometime on a off screen and on Discord, because I think both you guys are on Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, join my Discord server for free to air, but we do a voice chat there. Well, now we're just doing this, but some night we should do a chat over on Discord. What would be a good night anyway? I don't know. I'm working all the week this week, but I'll be on Discord and join the Discord server.
All right.
And if you're not on there, if you're not, find me on Facebook or my email. My email is robbie_strike@hotmail.com.
Okay. You want to talk more? Who's the guy that I'm speaking to? What's his name? I don't know. Besides, who's the other guy in the stream here?
You're talking about me? No.
You got
No, the
Patrick
other person.
and you got Kurt, and we've all talked before on previous streams.
If you want to speak to me, Kurt, I can tell you more information on Discord. I'm on Robbie's Discord, so
yeah, I'd like to know more about this. I've been watching a few YouTube videos on it, and I've been watching Max Kaiser for years. Like, he's on Russia Today, and we're dropping people because people are like talking about Bitcoin. I used to listen to LRN radio a lot. And then they started just talking about Bitcoin, and I was like, "Is beyond, like, it's one of those things." Like, for me, when I talk about free to air, it's way above people's head. Well, like when they're talking about bit mining and using a graphics card to make money, I was like, what?
yeah.
So anyway, we will. The next one should be free satellite TV rules. That should be my next
free satellite TV rules.
That'll be the next one. People are like looking at the thumbnail. Free to air sucks. And I think people might have been upset, or maybe they stopped following me, or I don't know. I had one guy, because I wouldn't tell him how to get Dish Network because I don't know. I'm gonna unsubscribe you, and I'm gonna get all my friends to unsubscribe you. I'm like, okay, I can't. He was mad because he asked about Dish Network, and I didn't know, so I gave him Dish Network's phone number. he was not happy about that.
Okay, he was trying to be a pirate or what?
yeah, I guess he's trying to ask me to tell him. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you can. Or I know there's people using like the it's dangerous to do this. Where they connect to the internet to get the key or whatever. I don't know how that works, but I knew people that told me, "Oh, I just do that and I get all the." They're like, "I get all
illegal." Illegal.
Yeah.
Albeit it's a bit of a gray area in Canada, but we're not getting into that.
No, I don't. No, I'm not gonna. Just because I don't. From my
you don't even use the keyword here.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, have a good night, guys. We will chat another time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Stay tuned for free satellite TV rules. That'll be our next stream.
All right.
All right.